Lakers taking on the Boston Celtics. Let me throw this out to Laker fans here real quick, or anybody that's on the channel. What do you guys want to see tomorrow? I know the easy answer is I want to see the Lakers beat the Boston Celtics tomorrow. I understand that. But what do you want to see tomorrow? Tomorrow's going to be a very, very tough game. I saw on the injury report, Boston played Philly yesterday, and they rested a lot of their guys. I don't think they're going to be resting their guys tomorrow. I think they're going to be ready to go. Tatum, in the post-game interview, was talking about, ready to go. It's going to be an exciting game. Lakers and the Celtics. Some good history between the two teams. I mentioned this right out the gate. I talked about, here's the history with the Lakers and the Celtics. It's two historic franchises that obviously have a true rivalry. What's the history with LeBron and the Boston Celtics? The Celtics were trying to go through LeBron for so many years, whether he was in Miami or whether he was in Cleveland. Phenomenal history there. What's the history with Luka and the Boston Celtics? The history with Luka and the Boston Celtics is Luka was in the finals 8 months ago. He lost to the Boston Celtics. I mean, there's some phenomenal storylines between the two franchises and then individual players that have history together against those franchises. So I think for all those reasons, that's going to be fun. On top of it just being Lakers Celtics, there's other storylines that I think are part of individual players that are a part of this team. So I think that part's going to be incredibly fun. I know Joe Mazzulla and JJ Redick have some history together as well. They were, both of them, when Lakers played the Celtics in LA, both guys were really complimenting each other. I think there was a time that Boston was considering bringing JJ Redick on the staff. I know Joe Mazzulla was complimenting that JJ Redick wanted to be in the fight. And I think what he was saying there is JJ had a pretty cush job. Hey, I could just break down some NBA games. He clearly had one of the best seats on the ESPN broadcast. He had his very successful podcast going. And he's like, yeah, but I'd rather be in the fight than talking about the fight. And I think Joe Mazzulla showed a lot of respect for that. But I threw out the question of what you guys are hoping for tomorrow, what you guys are expecting tomorrow, what you guys want to see tomorrow. So let me look at some of those comments here. Going to be tired, tough overtime game, and cross-country flight. That's true. That's true. That part's true. Here's the good news for the Lakers. I think you're going to get up for a game against Boston, period. But you're right. Boston's going to be well-rested. They're going to be hanging out. They played yesterday in Boston. They don't got to travel anywhere. They're sleeping in their own bed. Yeah, that part's true. Now, the one thing to keep in mind, this is also the start of a 4-game road trip for the Lakers. I think I mentioned yesterday, I was wrong. I think I said Lakers have 5 back-to-backs left this year. They got 6. They got 6 back-to-backs left. So the schedule is going to be definitely a grind the rest of the way. Let me kind of set up what I'm hoping to see tomorrow, Lakers and the Celtics, and then I'll read some of your guys' comments from here. Here's what I'm hoping for tomorrow against Boston. I'm hoping for the hype is going to be there. People are going to be excited. Lakers have won 8 in a row. Boston's going to try to send a message. Lakers are going to try to send some type of a message as well and just kind of let everybody know, continue to let everybody know that they're here to stay and they can hang with everybody. My hope is that once the dust kind of settles and, you're past the first quarter, maybe now you're in the second quarter, something along those lines, we could just watch some basketball. And if the Lakers can get to the fourth quarter, and this is a couple possession game, okay, I'm in. No guarantee Lakers are going to beat the Celtics. Listen, they're a really good team as well. So let's not pretend like I still think right now, if you said, hey, who's the favorite to win the entire thing? Cleveland's having a great season. You told me they're in a 7-game set. I would still take Boston. So I think Boston, in a sense, I've heard some people talk about the Celtics and basically say something to the effect, they're just kind of going through the motions until they get to the playoffs. I want to see tomorrow night, I want to see that by the time you get to the fourth quarter, we got a game. This is back and forth. It's entertaining. Guys like Austin Reeves is having another one. Okay, let's get back into our playing form. Guys like Luka are taking the game a little bit more personal because he lost in the finals to them last year. Plus, obviously everything that He's getting a chance now to represent the Lakers against the Boston Celtics. I'm curious. I'm very, very curious. Porzingis, some of the size that the Celtics have, how does that affect the Lakers? The great, wing play that the Celtics have, the great guard play. How much is Drew Holiday and Derek White? What are they doing against some of the guards of the Lakers? Is Jaylen Brown guarding Luka, which he did a lot in the finals? Tomorrow's going to be awesome. All right, let me look, because I saw a couple comments already that I liked. Boston versus the Lakers will be another barn burner like last night, or a blowout for either team. I think I'd be most surprised if Lakers blew out Boston. But let me just say this. They've already done that before. They've already gone on the road and blown out the Knicks and the Denver Nuggets. They've gone on the road and blown out the Clippers. So they've had some road games over this last 5-week stretch or so where they've just been phenomenal. So maybe that shouldn't be a surprise or a shock. John Wayne, thank you for the super here. If the Celtics play their entire starting lineup minus Holiday, the Lakers have no shot. 10 gifted memberships if I'm wrong. No excuses. Okay, John, we'll hold you to that tomorrow. It's going to be a tough game. Period. I mean, I think there's by the way, I disagree with the Lakers have no shot. No, I mean, tell me a game that they've played over the last 5 weeks other than bad teams. Do you know the 4 games Lakers have lost in the last 5 weeks? Here's who they lost to, their opponents. Okay. The best team they lost to in that stretch was the Clippers. That's the best team that they've lost to. And the Clippers are not having, this tremendous season. But that's the best team they've lost to. They've lost to Philly, they lost to Utah, and they lost to Charlotte. Their losses have been to bad teams, not good teams. So the Lakers have no shot thing. I disagree with. John, I appreciate the super. Since 2018, the Lakers and Boston have split the season series except for 2022-2023 season, where 2022-2023 season where Boston won both. The Lakers aren't scared of Boston. No, you don't have guys like – you don't have a coach like J.J. Redick, guys like LeBron and Luka Doncic, and go down the lineup. You think Dorian Finney-Smith is scared of anybody? You think that part's not going to happen. You doing your morning show on a Saturday? No. I will not be. I will Sammy will be doing a preview video, and we'll see. Maybe I don't know actually 100%. Should I do a video on Saturday or Sunday? I know I'll do something, and I'll definitely be doing something specific for members as well, and then eventually I'll put that out to everybody else. Let me see which day makes more sense. All right, thank you very much for watching the clip. Just want to give a shout out here to one of our partners, the Wallace Firm. They are official injury attorney of the Sliwa Show and Hoops Talk, the entire channel. If you are ever in a need, and I hope you're not, but some type of serious injury with yourself or a family member of yours, I would like to personally help you by introducing you to the best in the business, Brad Wallace and the Wallace Firm. Also got a URL out here that you can use as well. Just go to wallacewins.com/Sliwa. Thank you for their partnership, and thank you for being a part of the Sliwa Show.